Well, Tesla CEO Elon Musk turning down a seat on Twitter's board, apparently.
Yeah, I don't know what the dynamics are going there, but Musk accused the tech giant of stifling free speech, and then he purchased more than 9% of the company, the biggest stockholder, by the way. Twitter's CEO announcing the move in a statement saying, in part, quote, Elon is our biggest shareholder and we will remain open to his input, end quote. Let's bring back Ford O'Connell, Melanie Collette. Melanie, there's obviously Elon Musk doesn't like the way Twitter has censored voices, especially from the right. It's possible that he felt like it might be better if he just took the company over in a hostile takeover. I don't know if that's what's coming, but I almost feel like there are a couple layers below what we're seeing.
I think so, because apparently if he joins the board, he will only be able to buy like 14% of the company. Yeah. And I think he wants to buy more. So that will limit him by joining the board. So I'm looking at this as a good sign that he's not joining the board. I'm like, buy 25%, dude. Like, go in. Twitter's only worth, I think, 16 billion. And I mean, he's got that in it, in a pocket chain for Elon Musk. Just buy the whole thing, man. Just do it. But I think he wants more of Twitter, and that's why he didn't join the board. That's what I think happened.
It's interesting, Ford, because he has been, taking some hits at Twitter on Twitter itself with some of the tweets that he's been sending out.
Look, last week on this show, I said that his foray into Twitter could be a watershed moment when it comes to online free speech principles, and I still stand by that. And I absolutely agree with Melanie. Good for him for not joining the board, because clearly the board seat was offered to pacify him and try to cap his ability to buy shares. He could absolutely execute a hostile takeover. He could do a number of different things by being on that board. Let's understand why liberals and big tech and Twitter are scared of Elon Musk. And it's precisely because he's a free speech absolutist, and he understands the power of Twitter. Twitter controls the journalists control the narrative, and the narrative controls the American citizenry. And he understands that you've got to change the way things work on Twitter, or else you're going to be undermining democracy itself. And for that reason, I tip my hat to Elon Musk.
Wanted to move on to a different Go ahead.
No, I was just going to say, and the way he's trolling the leaders of Twitter is just excellent. Like that icing on the cake, and the way liberals are absolutely losing their minds is just excellent.
Yeah, and he's into he's into what do you call it, Dogecoin, Bob, and he's now pushing Twitter publicly to start accepting Dogecoin. So maybe that has something to do with it.
I mean, he plays games with a lot of people, but we can get away from the cryptocurrencies. I think he likes playing the game. Remember, he said the next Twitter stockholders meeting, Ford, was going to be lit, and posted himself smoking a doobie, right? So he's probably going to stir things up.
He's absolutely going to stir things up. And frankly, when it comes to sort of the uniform progressive mindset of big tech, whether it's Facebook, Amazon, Google, etc., it is good that someone like Elon Musk is stirring the pot, someone who is principled. Remember, he's not doing this for business interest. He's primarily doing this for personal interest because of the concerns he has when it comes to censorship. So I think it's great that he's stirring the pot and bringing the spotlight onto the people at Twitter and in some of the other folks in Silicon Valley who are downright ridiculous and destroying this country.
Yeah, and back to assets like Bitcoin and Dogecoin. Kind of bringing attention to those too.
He did.
That may be a business aspect to it.
Yeah.
About it.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's another segment. The inherent value of Bitcoin or Dogecoin. That's another conversation. Ford O'Connell, Melanie Collette, thank you both.